everybody. Welcome to OG Chat. My name is Vlad Greenberg. I'm from Organic Grill, 20 years old, vegan restaurant at East Village. And here with me is Lauren Passell, my favorite co-host. Eddie, don't be offended. And Lauren and me, we created a new segment, OG Talk Behind Closed Doors. And here is Lauren.
Hi, Vlad. How are you doing?
All right. So we started to do this segment as a part of our addressing pandemic when everybody is in social isolation. We don't know about how our friends are doing, how our community of organic grill friends, what they're doing. And Lauren came up with this great idea. Lauren, talk about it.
Well, I miss you, Vlad. I miss going into the restaurant and seeing you. And so I thought it would be great if we just connected in a way, in a new world where it's harder to connect, if we called people up and just checked in and see how they were doing, how they're making it through the day, and maybe if there's any bright spots that they'd like to share with us so that we can have a better day too.
And I'm happy to present our guest today, Aaron Simpson. Aaron is Division I wrestler. Aaron is a former UFC fighter and good friend and coach. And here we go. Say hello, Aaron.
Thanks for having me on, Vlad. And I'm currently out here in Arizona, so we are a little hotter right now. The sun's out, but it's beautiful here. It's a little different, I'm sure, than in the city.
Listen, somebody has to suffer. We're in New York and it's cold. At least you are warm and experience some hot weather.
Yeah, definitely. It's been different for us for sure than I'm sure what you guys are going through.
So, Aaron, we were just talking to an athlete the other day, and she said she's like an insane, like extreme sports runner. And she said that her athletic training prepared her for the pandemic. Do you feel like your athletic abilities have prepared you to be in quarantine?
Wow. Well, where was she from, first off?
New York.
Yeah. So quarantine, we picture us Arizonans. I mean, I could walk around my yard and house and we're not experiencing anything that you guys are experiencing. We're going, people are masking up and going to Costco and going to stores and driving around. We're not confined to little apartments or like you. I mean, you guys not too many people have cars there, so like you're just afoot, and we have big backyards and swimming pools and
oh my gosh, if you have a swimming pool, your quarantine doesn't count.
Don't even invite him to the podcast. I mean, come on, this guy is definitely not suffering.
No, but you know how I bet he's suffering? Because any sports fan right now doesn't get sports. We're in a world without sports. That seems like a loss. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, that's different, but as far as what you guys and what some of these countries and major cities are going through, we're not, and so the suffering is different. I can put up with missing not sports if we can keep people alive and not going through what they're having to go through. So I've got 2 little kids and we've been homeschooling and doing that. My wife's been doing a lot of homeschooling and it's been easy, really. I mean, it's been nice to have everybody home and get to spend more quality time with each other and get to watch movies that I grew up on, that the kids get to watch now. We get to share that. So yeah, we're not suffering like the rest, like other places, I guess.
Do you feel like go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Do you feel like your kids are missing school? I mean, I know what the answer my son would say, but I want to.
Yeah, they are. They actually miss it here. But in fact, they just got off this Zoom, because they talk to their friends on Zoom, and it's such a different world now. Like I couldn't imagine when I was growing up and having to be quarantined, not be able to like FaceTime your friends or call your friends. I can't see anybody, so they're able to at least do that. So it's been okay for them. And they're liking being home. They're not, and they're doing their schoolwork online. They're doing all that. So it's really hasn't been an issue for them at all. In fact, I don't think they ever want to go back to school.
What's the plan for Arizona? What do you know when they'll go back to school or when things will open up?
Well, school's been canceled for the year, so they finish up here pretty soon, next couple of weeks. And then like their baseball, they were supposed to have a baseball season, and we got cut. Like we didn't get the first day of practice of Little League baseball, which so that was upset. I have twins, a boy and girl twins, and they're on the same baseball team. 11,
Oh,
11 years old, and my daughter's really good. So it was like our last year of getting to watch Little League baseball. Man, we look forward to the springtime. So that got canceled. Just last week, they were like, we might put it on over the summer, but now it's canceled. And so that's kind of a bummer. But it is what it is, I guess. We'll get through it and hopefully get through the summer. But this Friday, they're opening salons and like some small businesses opening out here. But everything, there's obviously certain things. Restaurants are still serving curbside and stuff like that out here.
does your business changed in any shape or form?
I've been as busy. I've got 3 homes under contract right now to close this month, and so I've not been as busy as I've been. It's really strange, but I think the interest rates are so low, and Arizona is a great place to move to. So I'm still staying busy there.
I guess we never announced that you are in real estate business now, right?
Yeah, that was a change I made several years back. I was in the MMA world. I coached wrestling at Arizona State University for 10 years and then fought in the UFC for several years, then had a gym, an MMA gym, and was coaching other fighters. And then I just got kind of old eventually, and I got out and had to kind of live in the real world, I guess.
Aaron, it's probably my personal question, but I always was curious about wrestler mentality. I think they're like a different group by itself. They ability to grind and work hard, and then obviously you join the mixed martial art world. Like, do you see that this? I'm not trying to answer your question, but anything that you went through training and being in elite mixed martial art world and working with Ryan Bader and Cain Velasquez and the CB Dalloway, did it shape you in any form to do what you do now better than other people?
Yeah, well, and going back to Lauren's question, Lauren, now that I think I didn't answer your question. So, has being an athlete really, you kind of brought it full circle, Bly, good job. Being able to like get through this quarantine and stuff. As wrestlers, we always pride ourselves on being problem solvers. I think a lot of athletes have to solve problems on the spot. But wrestlers, I said this the other day in an interview. Wrestlers do it with a sense of urgency. Like you don't have time, and really fighters do too. If someone's throwing certain combinations at you, you have to block and return or move and change and defend certain things like quickly. You don't have time to sit there and go, man, I wonder if I should block that punch. Or I wonder, I should stop that takedown now. It's too late. So it has to be like that. And so I think as wrestlers, we pride ourselves on being problem solvers at a super speed rate. We have to figure things out quickly, and it has to be the right decision, hopefully, and we move to the next. And I think that's what we learned from that. And that, with this quarantine, there's a lot of everything slowed way down. But with my business, and I guess I've always been this way, and I think maybe these new generations, I'm going to get to a point here soon, these new generations, everything has to be fast. Like they want that quick fulfillment, it's with video games and everything. So with wrestling, you have to train, and with fighting, you train for months, you train for years to that end goal. And you may or may not reach that end goal still. So I think with real estate and doing that, I work and you kind of plant the seeds and do things to grow your business, and eventually knowing or hoping that you will have this end product, which is a closed transaction or several. And so you understand the process as opposed to I need it right now. And I think me understanding that, and I think maybe athletes in general understanding that you have to, in order to achieve something, you have to really work at it. And it just doesn't happen overnight, And even if you guys are watching the Michael Jordan thing, and Lauren, you talk about being an athlete and not getting to watch sports. Well, the Last Dance on ESPN has been unbelievable. And if you grew up like we're probably all close to the same age, and watching Michael Jordan was one of the greatest. So to see these behind the scenes and see the things and the way he worked, it didn't just happen overnight for him, really kind of comes into full with what I'm talking about now.
The Last Dance is so good.
Isn't it?
It's making my quarantine a lot better. Yeah.
Yeah, and you look forward to Sundays.
Yeah, and also but I do think about sports fans right now. Like, are you like, what sports do you usually follow? Like, what's missing in your life right now?
Mike, football is going to be the biggest. I would have obviously really liked the playoffs for basketball. The NCAA wrestling tournament and NCAA college basketball tournament were big, and those got canceled. So I can't imagine being a senior, or like when I was a senior in college and training all season and qualifying for the national tournament. Like, they were going that week. They were getting ready to go compete and reach their dreams of being an All-American or a national champion. Same with basketball. Like, some of those guys' careers are over after the NCAA tournament. Some get picked up and go on to the NBA because of what they did at the NCAA tournament. Same with wrestling, so to be those kids that miss that, man, I can't even imagine what that's like. Spring sports in the NCAA all are getting another year. I wish they would have done, the NCAA would have done that for all seniors of any winter sport that missed their national tournament.
Yeah, I mean, of course I feel terrible for the athletes. It's
oh yeah, high school too.
I feel bad for the fans. I mean, when was the last time we had a world without sports? Like, what is this going to do to humans not being able to bond and watch things and look forward to things? And I just heard someone say that music halls won't be open until like 2021 or something. I don't know. I heard a rumor. It's like, when will we be able to gather to cheer on our sports and stuff? What do you think about that? When do you think it'll come back?
So, well, some people are saying or hearing that, like, they may only release movies at home now and on these, like, not into theaters anymore. Theaters could be done. Like, imagine AM.
That's right. A lot of them even file for bankruptcy now.
Yeah, we're going to live in a different world unless we can somehow figure this out.
What do you miss?
Well, what do I miss? I miss going to restaurants. I think being able to go to restaurants, and I was able to actually be in, and you guys live in one of the coolest cities in the world. New York City's I've been around the world, and I don't know anything. There's some pretty cool cities out there, but just walking in the East Village and some of that parts, man, I think I could do it for about 6 months. I don't know if I can continue to live there, but yeah, so I miss stuff like that, and I miss travel. We were going to go to Europe this summer. My son is a dancer, and so he danced at a high level, tap, jazz, does it all. And so he was going to dance with his group in four different countries, and so that got canceled. So that's what I will be missing in July.
I can imagine how excited he was just thinking about it, and now it's all gone. Huh?
It's just, yeah, like these kids, they're all and I guess high school kids or teenagers are taking it worse than anybody. They're missing their friends and missing that stuff. We can all kind of be homebodies as adults, but man, those kids need to be out there doing stuff, living life.
Does your son admire that you were a UFC fighter?
Yeah, in fact, he's seen a couple of my fights, and he doesn't like it. He's really, gets really nervous about it and stuff. And he's really competitive, really good baseball player and good athlete. Doesn't wrestle. He may in the future, but yeah, it's weird for him. He hates to lose, and so he doesn't like to see any of his family members lose. And unfortunately, I lost a couple of fights. I try not to show him those, though.
I was very interested when I read your biography, because before we met today, you were walk-on in college, right? That took a lot of courage for you to take this risk and go to the program, huh?
Well, yeah. I mean, I was one of the best kids in the country out of high school, but I came out of a really small high school in Arizona. Like, I grew up 30 miles from the Mexico and the California border in a town called Yuma, Arizona. So I didn't get recruited highly, so I wasn't really known, except that I placed second in a national tournament, and I actually had an offer from the University of Nebraska, but I had academic scholarships to Arizona State University, so I took that route. Didn't get an athletic scholarship until I earned it, which was in my third year of college. I had athletic aid.
Well, I think we are running out of time, but we would like to close on like a happy, nice, positive note. Can you tell us something like that's made you smile recently, or like a bright moment you've had in the past couple of days?
Gee, everything's been such a downer. You put me on the spot here.
Think about your kids. Have they made you laugh, or what about a movie you watched with them that you'd recommend that we watch?
You know what? A show you guys watch? Remember Lost in Space from way back? So my son and I are binge watching it right now on Netflix, and it's the new one. And man, it is so good, and it really grabs you. It's awesome. HBO now, or HBO has Barry. If you guys have HBO at all, watch Barry.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's good. But this right here, this makes me happy. Being able to speak with you guys and meet new people, and
Oh, best answer ever.
yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And how did you get your A-Train nickname? It's the last question I want to ask.
I had a friend, and we would go up and work out late at night. And we would talk smack to each other, and I would tell him, "You can't ride the A train." I just kind of made it up, and then he said he was going to ride. I can't remember. One of us said it. And we'd beat each other up like extra workouts late at night. And so it just that was wrestling. That was way before fighting. And so then when it came time to come up with a name, I'm like, my buddy calls me A Train, so we just went that route.
You can say that it just came from New York. We have an A-Train, so here we go.
Right.
Guys, thank you very much, everyone. Let me say thank you to Aaron. Thank you very much. And we hope to see you more for our real OG talk when you come to our restaurant and we eat some food together.
Yes, sir.
Aaron, appreciate very much. Always your impact is always feels very good and positive vibes. So everyone, please follow our OG Talk, OG Chat on Apple Podcast and YouTube. Subscribe. Please DM us if you have any ideas for the guests and write us some reviews. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Bye. Nice to meet you, Aaron.